Welcome to His, Hers, and Ours, Hers edition. Have you ever felt like the world could be a better place, but you're unsure where to start? You're not alone. I believe that even one person can make a difference. This podcast is about awakening and empowering ourselves to build a stronger future for our communities. I know what it's like to juggle a lot. As a single mom, I work multiple jobs to make ends meet. As a wife and mother, I went to college and got my bachelor's degree in information technology. But those challenges taught me invaluable lessons about resilience and resourcefulness. On His, Hers, and Ours, Hers edition, we'll be tackling real world issues, exploring solutions, and sharing inspiring stories, all focused on relationships, careers, parenting, and the things that matter most in our lives. Are you bombarded by information overload, feeling lost in a sea of self help gurus and get rich quick schemes? You're not alone. In today's episode, we'll cut through the noise and explore what really matters. We'll discuss why chasing the latest trend might not be the answer to happiness, how to tap into your inner wisdom and values, the importance of building genuine connections with others. Forget the six-figure shortcuts and the pressure to keep up with the Joneses. Let's focus on living a life filled with purpose, compassion, and a little less stress. So grab a cup of coffee, pull up a chair, and join the conversation. Things we want to talk about on this podcast are the amount of information that's out there. People want to sell you. They don't want to give you. They want to sell you the way to become a millionaire. They want to sell you how to become an entrepreneur. They want to sell you how to lose weight. They want to sell you how to be healthier. By you buying into this stuff, some of it, I'm not going to say all of it, you are making them wealthier. They're definitely making six figures off of you people buying or subscribing to how they manage to do this or how it can help you. And then they have disclaimers. Well, you're going to be successful if you pay attention, if you implement it, if you do this, but there's nothing that's guaranteed. Of course, nothing's guaranteed. The only thing that's guaranteed is Christ's loving you. God's loving you. That's it. Everything else is up in the air. We never know what's going to happen tomorrow. Waking up today wasn't promised. Waking up tomorrow isn't promised. Crossing the street and getting to the other side isn't promised. We live in a world where there's a war going on like 12 hours away from us, and we just live our life like it can't affect us, but it can. It can grow to the point where it comes to where we are. We just take for granted that it's not here right now. I also want to talk about aspirations. Why do we limit ourselves? Why is our aspirations to look more than we are instead of being more than we are? We could achieve so much if we aspire to be better people, to walk in love and in forgiveness, to help those around us, and to grow together, not as a race of people, but as all people. Like my neighbor, if we can have a business together, if we could build this fence together, if you need this help, if you need me to drop you off somewhere, okay, why not? Why? Because I don't know you. I've lived there for like 7-8 years and we just say hi and bye, but we not close enough to be able to depend on each other. That's where society has veered off and gone to different avenues, making it where we're all in a silo and unable to lean on someone, and you feel like you're drowning instead of having a support system. Like, you could support a stranger. There's no reason that this person that looks sad doesn't deserve a hello, a hi, a how are you? Is everything okay? I've given people hugs that my husband's like, you don't even know this person. Why? I'm like, because they needed a hug. I just felt compelled. We all have an inner spirit that's telling us what we should do. Stay away from this person, go in this direction, save this person, ask this person, do this, give this $5, give this 100, give this 10, buy this person food, whatever. But most of the time we don't want to listen to that, because we say, how can I give you $10 when I need this $10? How am I going to get on the subway? How am I going to do this? How am I going to eat? Even if you're not at that point, oh, well, I need this in case of an emergency. I mean, what happens if my car breaks down? What happens if I lose my job tomorrow? What happens? What happens? What happens? Life is going to happen. And if we just spend so much time worrying about the future and the what ifs and how to get there, you lose focus of the now. And I definitely was one of those persons before my husband. When my kids were younger, I took them to work with me. I made them crush boxes and work in the archive and sit there coloring and stuff, because to me, making that time and a half was so much more important than taking them to the park. I'm not saying I didn't do stuff, but I took them to like Six Flags and I let them run around on the weekends, or I would take them to matinees and stuff like that. But when I wasn't doing anything with them, I was at work. And I was paying babysitters. They spent more time with the babysitters than they did with me. So I missed the beginning of my kids' childhood until my husband came along and slowed me down, because he was all about spending time with the kids. So much more important than work to him. That's what God does. That's what life does. It brings you what you need to balance you and center you, as long as you allow it. I also want to cover values and morals. You think about values and morals, and I know what morals are, and I know what values are. You don't go out there and be a whore, and you don't steal, and you don't do this, and you don't do that. But see, these are all things that the schemas and society has told you or put on you, instead of looking at the whole big picture. Like stealing, for instance. Well, let's take Aladdin. So Aladdin stole because he was hungry and just wanted something to eat. Is that wrong? Would it be better if you bought it? Of course. But instead, he had to steal just so that he could fill his belly. There's many movies where children steal and then take it back to where they're staying, and they give it to little sisters or brothers or other kids that are also on the street. Yes, they had to steal. They stole because they had no other way. There's a song back when I was growing up, City High. It's like about this girl who gets knocked up and she becomes call girl because of the fact she has to feed her kid. Like, she's like, what do you do when your kid's at home crying because he's hungry? You're going to do whatever you have to do. So do you judge her? Do you have a right? I mean, you're definitely going to judge her, but do you have a right to judge her? No. It's not your decision. It's her path that she's walking. It's the lesson that she has to learn. It's her value that she has to build up. But there was no one there to help her and teach her or guide her, really. That's why she was in that situation. Some of us are lucky where you have people before you that can lead you, guide you. And some of us are even luckier where they listen to those people that are trying to guide you. But more often than not, because of the silos that we are in, it's difficult for someone to believe in the trust that's offered, or believe in the words that people say, or have the confidence to say, okay, I can make it another way. I can do it differently, or what they're saying is the truth. It's easier to believe that there is no other way, and that the only value you have is your body, or donating blood, or donating sperm, or just selling off stuff in your house. Like, there is no other way, but there's always a way if you really want to move forward. Common sense. That will also be touched on at some point, because common sense is not common. People constantly say, well, that was common sense. Why would you do that? Oh, great example. Stacking dishes. Small bowls should go into the medium bowls, and the medium bowls should go into the big bowls. And then, they all come together nicely, take a little bit of space. And then you get that one child that's just like, Ma, it doesn't fit in the cabinet, because they done put like the small bowls in the middle. So the medium bowls won't go inside the big bowls, and it's just like teetering and about to fall. Common sense is not common to everyone. So you have to make sure that everyone is on the same page, and that their version of common sense is the same, to avoid confusions and misunderstandings. And this is with everyone, with, again, parents, children, co-workers, strangers. Just a little bit goes a long way. Besides that, there'll also be things like talking about birthday parties and raising kids and dressing kids like grown adults instead of the children that they should be. Not everything we say will be liked, especially when we forget ourselves and forget to be PC. But we just want to share what we feel is information that's needed to society. Wow, that was a lot to unpack. We talked about the overload of information out there, the importance of listening to your inner voice, and the values of building connections with others. Remember, life is about more than chasing the next trend or quick fix. Focus on what matters, your values, your relationships, and living in the present moment. We love to hear your thoughts. Share your experience in the comments below. Did you ever miss out on something important because you were too focused on the future? Also, if you know someone who might benefit from this episode, please share it with them. Let's start some conversations and build a stronger community together. Thanks for listening. Stay blessed. Bye.